Hey everyone, Rho here. Today we discuss the Tau's growing interest in the Imperium's miracles of faith. Spoiler warning to begin, as the events we're discussing today are from the Warhammer 40k novel, The Book of Martyrs, by Danie Ware, Alec, Warley and Phil Kelly. As always, I really recommend you read the stories for yourself first, as that's the best way to enjoy the lore for yourself, without spoilers. But with that said, let's just jump straight in. So, faith. According to the Imperium's founder, it's one-time curse, a disease that blighted humanity its entire existence. Now, however, amid the grim dark, it's their best hope for salvation. Undoubtedly, the one unintended outcome of Abaddon's destruction of Cadia was the outpouring of faith that would result across the Imperium. As the cicatrix maledictum tore the skies asunder, ushering in this darkened time of death and destruction, faith in the God Emperor has swelled to unimaginable proportions, giving birth to a literal God. Countless millions of worlds, alone amid the dark, cry out for protection, for salvation, in His name. An entire species prays to Him. While so many may fall to the demon, never hearing an answer to their cries, some do. And that number is only growing. More and more miracles of faith are erupting across the Imperium as the Emperor truly awakens. Ordinary men and women blossoming into golden light, so-called saints appearing on battlefields in ever-increasing number. Even the sisters of the Adepta Sororitas become enshrouded in a golden aura when they sing their hymns in battle, as the Emperor's protection falls on his loyal daughters. The truth is, in this age of chaos ascendancy, it could well be said the Adepta Sororitas are the Imperium's greatest weapon, for their faith is their shield. While the returned Primarch and the bulk of his Astartes deny the Emperor's divinity, the Sisters of Battle rejoice in it, and so they, perhaps more than any other, seem to display his benevolence. Now, for all it may feel like the war is only against the dark gods, and yes, that is undoubtedly the arch enemy, the galaxy is of course filled with enemies to the Imperium, and they too have seen and felt the effects of the psychic awakening. And so it is the Tau in particular look to the Imperium's so-called miracles of faith with growing interest. Now, we've begun to learn this thanks to a story included in the Book of Martyrs named The Martyrdom of Sister Anarchia by Phil Kelly. And the book is made up of several different stories, but it's this one that stood out to me in particular. Now here, the Imperium is embattled upon the world of Mantra Primau, and Sister Anarchia has been taken captive by the Tau forces, and she has become victim to their interrogations. For all the mask of the greater good, their more caring philosophy, their open and welcoming culture, they most certainly aren't above employing some more sinister methods. Anarchia is intentionally deprived of sleep, a loud buzzing intentionally fed into her cell, making her more pliable to their questions. Of course, with the Tau, this is masked behind a cell with warm lighting and decoration, letting her remain clothed within her armour. But a prison is a prison nonetheless, and a disguise cannot mask intent. Every day we see an ambassador come to see her, and again his words are open and welcoming, apologising for intruding, asking her how she is, attempting to display nothing but the best of intentions. Anarchia, on the other hand, well, not so much. The Imperial creed ingrained within her. The hatred of the Xenos absolute. However, interestingly, the topic quickly turns to faith, and we get the first insight at the Tau's true motives. As the ambassador declares the Imperium's hatred comes from only darkness, Anarchia counters, asking the Tau to explain the Emperor's miracles then. And of course he can't, and he actually admits he was hoping Anarchia would do the same. There's no questions of military intelligence, squad positioning or reinforcement numbers, none of that. It's all centered and focused on the Imperium's faith, the faith of the Sisterhood. The Emperor's miracles, that's the Tau face on the battlefield. And I found this really interesting, because we have to ask why. Why are the Tau so focused on this particular matter? We know the ways of the Psyker are something the Tau do not have, but it seems more than simple curiosity. Again, the whole focus of the interrogation seems completely orientated towards this one matter. And you can't help but wonder, rather than simply trying to find a way to defeat the Saints, if it's more about trying to convert this faith to their greater good. That's for all the superior numbers and forces of arms the Imperium can bring to bear, that it's the simple, primitive faith, their faith in their God Emperor, that's the Tau's greatest opponent. Now for this interrogation in particular, Anarchia merely replies the faithless could never understand, and the ambassador promptly leaves. However, later, we see the Tau in conversation with their ethereal, where we gain a little more information on just what they're trying to do. Now, one Tau suggests attempting to capture a saint and placing it in cryogenic freeze, where they can try and analyze its brain. Another counter-suggestion is to round up a portion of the human population for genetic study. However, the ethereal disregards these suggestions, feeling that it's not something to do with human genetics, and the reasoning for their motives becomes revealed. They are trying to unlock the source of the Saints' power. In essence, the Tau are somehow trying to duplicate the Imperial faith, the power of the Emperor's Saints. The Tau want their own Saints. For me, this is absolutely fascinating, and I really hope we get to see this storyline developed somewhere down the line. It's really interesting to see how the Tau are reacting and dealing with this new changing Imperium before them, how the events of the Psychic Awakening are affecting this other race, attempting to adapt and change it to their will, to harness and use this new power before them. Now, how this could even be possible for the Tau, I have no idea, though it certainly seems their intent on trying to progress it further. Could the Tau really be able to harness the Imperium's faith? Could they even truly begin to understand it? For the Imperium, the God Emperor infuses everything the Imperium has become. He is the beginning and end of it all. They work only towards the greater good. While you can see the similarities to the Emperor's desire for humanity, they simply don't have something akin to the Imperium's faith, an entire species dependent on one man for survival. Yes, the Tau have their ethereals guiding their race's destiny, led by their ethereal supreme, most notably Onvar, But it's absolutely nothing akin to the kind of dependence the Imperium feels on a galactic scale to the master of mankind. The Ethereals guide their race. If the truth of Ornvar's fate came out, it would be widespread dismay, but their empire would not fall. Another would replace him in time. If the Imperium lost the Emperor, well, then they would lose the Imperium. They would lose humanity as a whole. And that is the crux of their faith. The Emperor of mankind is the very survival of humanity. But as always guys, what do you think? Why do you think the Tau have become so focused on these appearances of the Emperor's power? Could they truly be able to capture a saint? And even if they could, would they ever be able to understand it? Will the Tau ever be truly able to comprehend the element of faith, the Imperium's fixation on the master of mankind? And will we see this storyline develop any further to maybe even a Tau version of the same thing? As always, leave your thoughts in the comments below. I love to read them. Huge thank you to all my subscribers. Your support truly means a lot to me, it really does. And if you're new, please consider subscribing to help the channel grow. If you enjoyed this particular vid, then why not drop a like on it too? But with that said, I am off, and I'll see you all again real soon.